In the previous chapter, we saw how to do error handling in Node, and for the workflow, with that, I think we're done with the theory chapters. We are going to do the practical. So let's see the story. So this story, if you don't know, is continued from a previous story where Nathan, he works for ABC Corporations as a sales guy, and he has to do some reports from data warehouse, which we did it in n8n in last time. So he seems unhappy again. So let's see what happens. So the story goes, our friend Nathan, hello, it's me again. My manager was so impressed with my first workflow automation solution that she entrusted me with more responsibility. So more work is good, congratulations. He said, I got access to all our sales data, and now I'm responsible for creating 2 more reports, regional sales and one for order prices. So earlier we did production and sales, we separated the data. So this is on top of that, or maybe a different one, we'll see. They're based on data from different sources, so that's why we need to use merge node over here. And it sounds like a lot of work. He's always tense, and we always tell him to use n8n. In this case also, why not use n8n? We'll show him how to do that, and then he'll be super happy. So let's jump into it. So this is a real world business scenario. The business needs to enrich some customer data. We're going to do that. We're going to use a bunch of tools, bunch of APIs, and let's jump into our first workflow. With that said, okay, sort the data, format the dates, binary files. We have done all of this and send email to Discord. Now this is where the unique ID is going to come into picture. And these are important steps. Without these, you are not going to get your certification. So make sure that you follow everything to the T. All right, what are the prerequisites? We have Airtable. We already have Airtable Credentials, which we created. I'm going to put a link, or I'm going to add the video just over here. So let's keep it. Now, we don't have anything in Airtable. We don't have any credentials. We don't have a base or a table. So we're going to create that. The way we do that is we walk through the Airtable node. So first we need an Airtable account. Go over here. If you have Google, just like me, we created this new. We're going to create, sign in to Airtable. And this is my first time using this account for Airtable. So let's see. Tutorial, or let's see, AIC, training, Demarion, training, doesn't matter. Let's start building it together. All right, so import spreadsheet, expense tracker. I'm going to close this out, create a blank app. Okay, so this way you got this base. We will create the base, and we're going to name the core thing as beginners. Course. Beginner course. I hope my spelling is right. That's right. Alrighty. Let's put blue. As usual, I like blue. The first table that we need to create, if you see there are 4 columns in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, like we don't need this table. What we need is these rows. So let me quickly create them. The way you create them is, we're going to actually, let me just delete. Why don't we just create a new table, new grid, and that is going to be orders I want it to be personal. Create a new table. It's the same thing. Really doesn't change anything. Cool. Alright, so this table, this we are going to rename to, go back, order ID, customer ID. And what are the data types? Data type is nothing but the type of the data that is going to go into that. So first is number, order ID is number, save. Similarly, we are going to create the rest of the fields. So let's go back, quickly create customer ID is also number, save, employee name as single line text. What is order price number? Yep. And last is order status, which is also a single line text, or you can say it is characters, or you can say it is varchar if you're from an Oracle background, or you can say varchar 2. Yeah, whatever. So I'm going to delete this. I don't need this field. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3. So we don't need this data actually. Alright. So now we have this table. That's the first step. Our table exactly looks like this. We are good. And now we're going to add an Airtable node and Airtable node inside to record this data. So if you go back, we already have an Airtable node. Now we need some credentials. So let's create a credentials. So we need access token. How to create this access token? For this, let's open the docs. We already have an Airtable account. We are going to create a personal access token. Let's go to the personal access tokens page. As long as you're logged into your Airtable account, here you'll come. Let's create it. N8n beginner course. Alright, we need to add a scope. What are we going to do with our record? So let's see what it wants us to do with that. It has not given us any scope to be added, so we're going to add our own scope. So what do we need? Base schema, we'll need records, read and write. So let's give it the schema it has to read, or add all resources. Actually, you know what, to make it simple, I'm going to add all the resources and all the bases for now. And we're going to add a scope. Right. We don't care about this. Base schema is right. So I'm giving it elevated privileges so that we don't face into any issues. And I don't think so we need anything else. So well, let's create this. We got this, copied it, and the same thing will go inside our n8n. So this is Airtable and n8n beginners course base. It doesn't matter what you name it, honestly. So connection is successful. Perfecto. Now if you see from the list, they have the original name was beginners course. I named it n8n beginners course. So choose whatever name you give and the table one. So if you come over here in our Airtable table. Where's my Airtable? Okay, over here. The name of the table is table 1. So I'm going to name it like orders just to make it easy. I think this is the same one, right? Yeah. So go back. It did not refresh, so I'm going to close it. It's a simple way. And we're going to choose orders now. Perfect. So we got orders. Now what do we want to create? We want to create a record. And we're going to map automatically. So let's not do, we can do automatically as well, but what I'm going to do is map each column manually. And just to show you, even if you do automatically, it will work. But what we're going to do is we're going to write order ID, customer ID, employee name, order price, and order status. Perfecto. Let's execute. All right, let's see. Order accepts number. We got processing. Order status accepts number. So maybe we made a mistake when we created the table. Let's see, what did we do? Order status, edit field, correct, it's number. It should be single line text. It was my mistake. Now let's try again. Go back. I just changed it. Yeah, we changed it. Okay, let's give it one more time. Maybe we have to refresh it again. No, I don't want to change it. Oh, that's pretty strange. Order status accepts number. No, it doesn't. We just changed it. I'm going to recreate this. Airtable. Right. Create a record. To create a record. Airtable this, Airtable that. Beginner's course. Let's choose orders. Now we have processing should be good over here. And let's do the same thing again. Yeah, it doesn't get auto refreshed, it seems. But let's try now. Perfect, it's working. So as you saw, sometimes it's not your mistake. It's just, it's not in sync. Now it's running. If we go back, you will see that records are getting updated in real time. At this point, we already have the Discord account and the webhook URL, which we got in the email. This is the Discord URL and a bunch of stuff. So technically what happens is we'll need a Discord account. Our Discord account will have a course level 2 and people are sending course IDs like this. Once it comes over here, that's when you get the credit for doing the practicals. So n8n is pretty smart over here. It's just not that you have to click buttons and you get it. All right, what else is there? And we need Google credentials. So we will see how to create the Google credentials in this lecture. All right, so first workflow we're going to use for merging the data. So we're going to create the Gmail node when we need it in workflow number 2. So in the next chapter, we are going to start with workflow number 1. All right, see you then.